Are light years religious or scientific in nature? There's a lot of things that I've seen that make me realize that light years are not scientific at all. It is a religious belief system. 1 light year would be equivalent to nearly 6 trillion miles. It's 5.86 trillion miles. And that's a distance that's inconceivable for most people. To give a little bit of perspective, our furthest space probe that we've sent into space has gone about 13 billion miles into space. And in light travel time, that's less than 1 day. We haven't sent a probe even 1 day, 1 light day into space. And yet we've got people that want to speculate on light from stars being millions or billions of light years away. This is absolutely ridiculous. The only way that I'm aware of that you could really accurately and scientifically measure how far away something is out in space would be if you've got 2 known points that you can know the exact distance from the 2 points, and then you get the exact angles from those 2 points to a 3rd point out in space, and then you could figure out how far away that 3rd point is. The trouble is, I can't see any possible way that we could find any point further than maybe 4 billion miles away very accurately at all. Because the Earth has a diameter of a little under 8,000 miles. And so if you even assume the Earth's diameter was 8,000 miles, which is giving it several miles, and then you wanted to say that you were reaching 4 billion miles out into space, you would have 2 angles that are like 89.999 degrees, and you'd have a 0.0001 degree angle that would be your 3rd angle. Those are very straight lines. You'd have 2 straight lines going to your point from 8,000 miles apart. And I just, and at 4 billion miles away, you're not even looking at a half of a light day away, So that's a very small distance. And there's reasons why, too, why I want to look at the Earth and just the Earth as being something that we could logically look at to determine distance, because there's other scientific lies. Like, we've got a big scientific lie that most of the world believes today that says that the Earth is spinning around and round and going around the sun once every year. That's an absolute lie. The Bible indicates that the sun is moving very quickly if you look at Psalm 19, 1-6. And you don't have to believe the Bible. The reason I believe the Bible is because every claim it's ever made scientifically is totally accurate. It makes no claims that can't be verified or that can be verified that aren't verified the way they should be. And the Bible makes all sorts of claims about future things that it would have no human would have a way of knowing about unless it were written by God. It's interesting that, like in the book of Revelation, it talks about 2 men dying in Jerusalem and the whole world celebrating. Well, until we had the internet and cell phones, it would be pretty impossible for the entire world to even realize that 2 people had died in Jerusalem. There's people all around the whole world, But, so we've got a geocentric universe, I believe. The Bible's very clear about that. And I believe there's a lot of things people can look at too that would verify that for individual people. If you want to play like the Earth is spinning around once every day, and that's what causes the sun to come up and go down, you've got a real issue at night. Because if you look at stars that start in the same spot as where the sun would start in the east, by 12 hours later or so, they should be on the other side of the Earth. The trouble is they're not. They're not anywhere near that. Most of them haven't moved hardly at all in a whole night. And if the Earth is spinning around and around, they would have to. And so this is an easy way to prove the geocentricity of everything, of the Earth, that we're not spinning. Also, if the Earth was spinning, planes going east or west should have a very quicker arrival going one direction than they go the other direction. Because the sun rises in the east, sets in the west, and we want to play like that's because the Earth is moving around and around. If the Earth was moving, we'd have difference in things like plane travel and stuff. But anyway, I don't want to get on too many rabbit trails. But the speed of light, I believe, and it isn't even a fixed constant, I don't believe. There are colleges, if you look on the internet, that have claimed to have done studies where they've sped light up and slowed it down. And so I don't think the speed of light is even necessarily a fixed thing where it can't change. And so there's lots of issues that way as well. But the primary thing I wanted to look at is light years. There's just no way that we could know anything is light years away, let alone millions or billions of light years away. And I theorize, I speculate that the entire universe may only be like 1 light year in diameter, possibly. And God could have very easily done something like that, knowing how dumb humans would be, in thinking that it's millions or billions of light years in diameter for the universe and stars. But the Bible indicates that God's going to create a new heaven and a new earth. And perhaps in the new heaven, maybe there will be trillions of light years away. Who knows? God's not limited on size of anything, but there's no reason why space, especially in the universe that exists here and now, would have to be all kinds of light years in size. The only reason you really need that is to do away with God and to try and play like things just, like evolution is true or something like that. Nothing blew up, created everything, dead stuff came to life, and here we are, evolution in a nutshell. But anyway, I don't want to get chasing too many rabbit trails. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and go ahead and give it a thumbs down if you don't like it as well. But I'd really challenge you to give this some thought. And if you have any things that you want me to really think about, leave some comments below. I'd be glad to do some more looking into some stuff. But the best I can tell, there is no possible way that anything could be known to be light years away, even 1 or 2 light years away, let alone millions and billions. But anyway, thank you for your time.